It's RWBY time. Alrighty, I know what you're all thinking. Why aren't you wearing your RWBY shirt, Jake? Well, because my RWBY shirt is being washed right now. So I had to go with my next best thing, Creeper shirt. But, back to RWBY. Now, this week's episode was called The Emerald Forest Part 2. Now, I'm beginning to think that the creators of RWBY created these Part 1, Part 2 episodes into originally be one, but they're just splitting them to keep us intrigued. And it's working, yes, it's working, but they're just so short, and it's making me sad, because I want to see awesomeness happen. But, of course, we'll keep watching, because it is awesome, right? This episode starts off as where the last one ended, with Lyren and Nora becoming a team. And we're actually looking at it from the perspective of Glinda Goodwitch and Professor Ozpin. And as they're talking, Professor Ozpin, he's concentrating on RWBY and Weiss, but primarily RWBY. Now, this whole idea was touched upon in the very first episode, but we are reminded of it now of Professor Ozpin's fascination with RWBY. Obviously, he knows something she does not, and he is watching her to see if something is going to happen. Maybe RWBY's father or mother is some ancient bad guy or something, or maybe he's really her godfather or something like that. I think that would be really cool to find out, but we need to keep that in mind and move on. So, the Weiss and RWBY relationship, still basically the same. Arguing. They're arguing, blah, 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 because they're not fighting the temple, and blah, 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 and they don't like each other. Yet, during the arguing, Weiss says something very peculiar. When RWBY states that Weiss is not perfect, Weiss responds with, she knows that she's not perfect. Not yet. Now, that's kind of an odd thing to say, because nobody is perfect and nobody can achieve perfection. So obviously, she wants to achieve perfection in some way or form. Does this mean she wants to become the perfect fighter, the perfect just person, all around, or there could be something a little sinister behind that? I mean, just the way she said it and the way that it's worded, it just sounds like she may be almost willing to stab people in the back to achieve this perfection as she states it. Kind of peculiar. We're gonna have to watch out for that. Blake and Yang then arrive, at the temple that they're supposed to get to, where they discover that the relic pieces are chess pieces. Now, the first chess piece that Blake walks up to is the Black King. Now, that may not be anything important or tie into any way, but maybe she's thinking about Adam during that. Black King, maybe she's somehow symbolizes the Black Queen, something like that. Just the little things. I'm trying to look at the little things, trying to pick things out to see if I can maybe make hypotheses in my head. If you guys have any idea, once again, leave comments down below. Personal message me if it's long. I love it. And then I find it hilarious how when they finally decide which chess piece to take, Yang decides to take one of the white pieces, which she says is a pony. Not a knight, not a horse, a pony. I just find that a little funny, because it just shows that she has a little bit of a playful side always. But probably the centermost piece of this episode is with Jaune and Pyrrha. Now, Jaune believes that he's found the temple, which is a big scary cave going into a mountain. Yet, he takes no heed to the cave drawings on the side of the wall, which depict stickmen fighting and dying from a scorpion image. Now, once again, Jaune probably isn't the smartest cookie. Isn't the brightest crayon in the box, isn't the sharpest knife in the cupboard. He's either he didn't see them or he just didn't care. Because honestly, if I saw those on the wall, I would think twice before going into a dark, scary cave. Paying no heed to the drawings, Jaune and Pyrrha enter the cave. Now, Jaune magically has a torch, so this obviously means he has magic torch-making powers. And Pyrrha automatically states that she doesn't believe that this is the right place. Yet when Jaune says otherwise, she still is willing to follow him. Now, I believe that Pyrrha is actually testing Jaune's leadership skills, because obviously she's the better fighter, she's the smarter of the two, obviously, the one who knows more about the world and such, and he's sort of the naive, bumbling boy that he is, and she's probably letting him do his thing so he can learn from his mistakes. She's probably building him into a leader, because she either wants someone to lead the way, or she knows that other people are going to lead that's not her. And then how do you round off the episode with a giant monster appearing in the cave, which is a giant scorpion that was on the cave drawings? Yeah, Jaune, you're smart. The scorpion flings Jaune into the forest. Pyrrha runs off to escape, because obviously she's not going to fight a giant scorpion by herself. And and Yang and Blake hear Jaune scream while they're at the temple. And when he screams, Blake seems to be transfixed in some way. Transfixed either on something, or on the noise, or something like that. And the episode ends with RWBY coming flying in out of nowhere. For no reason. We don't know why she's flying. Did Weiss catapult her? Because she obviously isn't falling gracefully. She's flailing while falling. Alright, predictions to what's going to happen in the next episode. Obviously, they're going to have to fight the giant scorpion. I think the teams, our main teams, are going to come together to all fight the scorpion at the same time, and then they're probably all going to then cut to the temple and then cut back to the rally point with Professor Ozpin, and then they'll actually start their studies at Beacon Academy. But there's going to be a battle episode next. I can feel it in my gut. I'll see you guys next time. Yeah.